Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a most blessed day and are having a most blessed night. It's time for your daily Bible verse. And tonight we're going to read Romans chapter 8, verses 28 through 30. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. For those God foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed to the likeness of His Son, that He might be the firstborn among many brothers. And those He predestined, He also called. Those He called, He also justified. Those He justified, He also glorified. So, what Paul is saying here in Romans, he says that we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, takes care of His children. You're faithful to God, He is faithful to you naturally, who have been called according to His purpose, to do His will. And His will is a little bit different in everyone's life. There's similarities in every Christian's life, and then there's differences. Everybody's walk with God is different. For those God foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed to the likeness of His Son, to be Christ-like. We are to be more like Christ every day. I'm not saying we'll be completely 150% like Him ever. No, because we do have a wicked and corrupt flesh, but we are to be more Christ-like in our actions, in our speaking. That He might be the firstborn among many brothers. And those He predestined, He also called. Called us all to do His work, His will, His way. Those He called, He also justified. And those He justified, He also glorified, for His own glory. You gotta understand something, God has us do His work for His glory. We do it for His glory and not our own. Although, like I said, you're faithful to God, He'll be faithful to you, and He always takes care of His children. And this is why some people, they get so nervous about God's calling in their life. Well, there's nothing to really be nervous about, because let me tell you something. If it's God's calling and if it's in God's will, it will work out perfectly. God will make everything favorably disposed towards you to ensure that it happens. But be sure you don't run the other way. Love yous. Have